Hey guys, my name is Kristen and I have lost 100 pounds using a ketogenic lifestyle. I am going to talk about my top tips to help you with your weight loss journey. These are all things that have helped me lose 100 pounds. There's 7 of them. There's 7 tips that I am going to give you in order to help you lose weight. If you like what you see, could you please hit the like button, subscribe, and ring that bell? That way you'll get notified when I upload and it helps my channel grow. First, I want to give you a little bit of a life update. I have a few non-scale victories. My life has been changing a little bit, so I want to give you that. I have started to waitress. I live in a seasonal community and I'm waitressing. I'm working about 30 hours a week, so that's really new for me. My first choice for a career is teaching, but those jobs right now are far and few between, especially in my area. So I decided in the meantime, just in case we don't go back to school, I'm going to waitress. And it's at a place that I used to work at 23 years ago. What's significant about this is that last summer, I was 100 pounds heavier than I am now. And there is no way on God's green earth would I have been able to do this. So that's a non-scale victory, being able to go back to work and work such a physical job. It's hard some days. I was in pain after my second double, but it is well worth it. So that's a non-scale victory and it's major. The second non-scale victory is I'm walking a lot. I'm walking a ton. I feel so much more physically fit, and I don't really walk for weight loss. It might affect it 5%. Some people say 20, some people say 5. But for me, walking is a way to get me moving more and make me feeling better. So I have walked, yesterday I walked for the first time 6 full miles. I walked 6 miles. It's been 4 or 5 years since I walked that long. And last year I could barely walk, barely. I mean, I got activity points for doing laundry last year. Now I have to do a full-on walk. So another non-scale victory. But now I'm going to go on to my top tips in order to help you lose 100 pounds or more and how to stay keto. It's not easy in the beginning, but if you follow these things, it may work for you. And I encourage you to try to do what works best for you. What works for me might not work for you, but these are the things that have helped me stay on track in order to lose 100 pounds in less than a year. So I started my journey on July 21st, 2019. It's now July 9th, I think. I've almost lost more than 100 pounds. I maybe could. I only weigh like once a week or do my official weigh-in once a week. If you're trying keto and it's not working for you right now, try some of these tips and it will help you lose weight. All right, so here we go. I have 7 of them written down. I might have more, but these are my top tips for right now. The first thing that I would recommend that you do is plan your food. Plan your week. Get your food that you like in your house. Anything keto friendly, make sure you have it in your house and ready to go. You need to plan your meals and just make sure you plan what you're going to eat. If you go to the grocery store, think about all of the keto things that you like to eat and make sure it's things that you really do like to eat. Don't just eat something because you think you should. So I love tacos. I'm loving shrimp right now. I love yogurt. I love bacon. I make sure I have all of those things in the house. And that way, if I get hungry, I don't necessarily have cravings, but I get hungry and I know that I can go eat the foods that are keto friendly, fill me up, and then I go on my merry way. So that's my first advice for you to stay keto, to help you lose a ton of weight or a little bit of weight. Make sure you plan your meals and plan to have plenty of keto foods in the house. So the next thing is for me, this worked for me. I keep my carbs under 20 total carbs as much as possible. And the reason I do this is because if I do net carbs, I get major cravings. And I notice that there's still some people on YouTube who are keto people, and they have a problem with cravings and they constantly have to cheat. And if I feel that way, I need to keep my carbs under 20 total, because I get hungry and I get cravings, and so I can't do it. I can't. And I'm also gluten free. That's for personal reasons. But if I go above 20 total carbs, I get cravings and I get hungrier, and it doesn't work for me. So that way, sometimes I get so fat adapted that way that I'm not hungry, and I'll eat just to eat, which I need to work on that too. But that's my advice. Like, if you feel hungry all the time and you get cravings, cut the carbs out. Don't do net carbs. Net carbs are great if you can handle it, but I can't handle it. You might not be able to handle it too, especially if you're having cravings, if you're thinking about food all the time. That's what happens to me. So that's my second thing that I would advise you do. So the third thing I would advise you to do is, I watch a lot of different YouTubers. I watch them because I want positive energy. I want positive advice. I want to get ideas. So watch YouTubers to get inspiration. I do watch some that aren't positive all the time, and it's okay. You know, not everybody has a good day. It's good to see that not everybody has a great day. But, Daniela Diaries, Married to Keto, who else do I watch? Those are two that are, they're just always positive, and they always have good ideas. I don't take everything they say, but I take their things and I incorporate it into my diet. Things that I'd be like, oh, like, that's a good idea. That would be really good for me. So just try and stay positive and stick with the positive people. If you're watching somebody who's always down, constantly falling off the wagon, I mean, I actually watch those because it's kind of like watching a train wreck. You're like, what the heck is going to happen next? And that's horrible, but I don't get inspiration from them. I'm just kind of like, I used to watch you, and I was like 50 pounds heavier than you, and now I'm lower than you. So I don't know. So just watch those positive YouTubers. Oh, Danielle Burgess. Not Danielle. Is that her name? I don't. Nicole Burgess. Yes, that's her. She's really positive. Daniela Diaries, Nicole Burgess, Married to Keto, Seattle Shakespeare, Low Carb and More. They're just, always so, Keto Diamond, they're just always mostly positive. And, people have bad days, that's fine. But mostly positive and just help you. And that's what I need. I need that pep talk. Like, all right, today's going to be a good day. You're going to stay keto, or, it just stick with the positive YouTubers. It's okay to go watch some for entertainment. Oh, Keto Mama, she's usually mostly positive. She's typical. Just stick with the positive YouTubers that you can get inspiration from. Watch your calories. People say, that's my number 4, is watch your calories. People say you don't have to watch calories. I completely disagree. I am dirty keto, but I can't be lazy. I need to watch my calories. Just like I need to watch my carbs. I'm not an intuitive eater. It's not intuitive for me. I feel like I either starve myself or I eat too much. So for me, and I'm just saying these things work for me to help me lose 100 pounds. Watch your calories. If you're like 1,200 a day and you're not losing, maybe you need to up it, maybe you need to lower it. But for me, I need to stay around 1,500 calories in order to lose. And it's consistent, and I'm still tweaking my macros and everything, but I have to watch my calories. I'm not one of those person or people that can just go off and think intuitively, because obviously I couldn't do that when before I started keto. It still doesn't occur naturally to me. Maybe I'll try it when I'm in maintenance, but right now I'm in weight loss mode and I can't do it. So that's how I've lost 100 pounds. Number 5 is increase your activity. Not because I think it's going to help you lose a ton of weight. I really have not exercised a ton. I'm doing a lot more exercise now. I don't think exercise, especially if you're super morbidly obese like I was, I don't think you have to exercise in the beginning. But what exercise does for me is it increases my mood. It increases those natural endorphins. I feel more positive. I have more energy. I move more. I feel better. And then I'm like, yes, I can do it. So that's why I think it's important to move. I am increasing my activity now because I do want to be more physically fit. Whenever I exercise, it was because I wanted to feel good, and feeling good helps you stay positive about your weight loss progress. So that's my number 5 tip. So here's number 6. If you have a craving, if you feel like, and I really rarely ever have cravings, especially if I keep my carbs lower, under the 20. If you have a craving, eat something keto that's as equally good and will satisfy that craving. The one thing I love to have are my Chalk Zero peanut butter cups. Those are equally as satisfying to me. I might go have a keto dessert and a keto ice cream. That's as equally satisfying to me. I might have a greasy cheeseburger. That's as equally satisfying to me. So, if you are having a craving and you're hungry, because those two things can go hand in hand, and then you, if you don't have that, you haven't planned, you don't have that food on hand, like I said before. If you have food that's as equally as good, eat it, and then you won't be craving anything anymore. I mean, my cravings go away that way. I don't feel like I eat food to help my emotional self as much anymore, but if I have a craving, I know it's going to go away. And especially if I make sure I'm not hungry after I've eaten something, then it's gone. Like, I don't know. I don't long for things, especially because I know that if I don't eat keto, I'm going to feel sick. I don't feel good. When I eat gluten and I'm not keto, I feel sick. So it makes it easier for me. Like, do I want to feel down in the dumps? Don't eat keto food. And that's a huge motivator for me because for years I felt like crap. So that's my next one. So my number 7 I wrote down on here is, if you feel like you failed, if you did, say you just didn't have time to plan for the week, and you just inadvertently went over your carbs and you feel like you failed, just pick up and move on for the next meal or the next day. I am not perfect. I have had days where I have done 80 carbs and I'm just like, I can't believe I eat so much. But what I've done consistently is gotten back on the keto train, made sure that my next day, decided, okay, I'm not going to let that one thing derail me forever, because I can't go back to the way I was. I can't go back to it. So that's what I do. I have to plan. I have to keep my carbs lower. I'm not saying that I'm always 20 carbs and under. I do go over once in a great while, or once in a while. Depends on what's going on in the world and what I have on hand. But I have to do all these things, and all of those things are little, but they all add up and make it so I think it's helped me be successful. It's not just one thing. I might have added one thing at a time. Like, I know that when I started keto, I didn't focus on the macros. I just focused on keeping the carbs low, and I didn't focus on the calories. But I added these things increasingly in order to make it so that I could lose weight. So, and I still have 50 pounds to go. That's my goal. I still want to lose 50 more pounds, but this is what has got me to this point so far. So anyway, if you like what you see, could you please press the like and subscribe button? That way I can get out into the YouTube universe. Also ring that bell and you'll get notified when I upload. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching and have a great day.
When we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. All the good times just begun.